Well, I am standing here with Joelle at Smith Berry Barn, and we are out in the blueberry fields. And Joelle, we wanted to talk to y'all because we want to explain that there's really kind of a three-tiered system of when fruit is ready. Tell me what that means and why it's important.
So basically what we're talking about is every variety of fruit, whether it's a raspberry or a blueberry or a blackberry, has what we call the first flush. And the first flush is usually lighter. And so we explain.
By lighter, you mean there's like clearly these are ready to go, but that's not near the whole group.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if you were to look at the cluster, this is not a huge cluster, but some of the clusters have 3 berries ready and then 100 that aren't ready yet. And so the first flush is a little bit lighter. We like people to definitely get out here and pick those. But then usually into the second week of each variety, you get a much heavier crop. And so picking gets easier. You can usually stand in one spot and pick into your bucket and fill the bucket pretty easily. And so what we do is we post on our website every single day what we feel is happening out in our fields as far as varieties and then their stage of ripening, whether they're limited or
not. But then that also, let's be honest, when you guys have a big rush of humanity who wants ripe berries, that they might not be ripe they're gone by noon, so you still prefer people to just call and say, hey, I'm getting in late, do you still have it ready?
Exactly, and we'll definitely give you that information as much as we have it. So this year has been a little bit slower of a season for us. It's been a slower start to the season, so we are seeing much longer time between the ripening periods as well. So far we've had to, we've been able to open up a variety, say an early blue, like our Duke blueberries we opened for one day. They got picked very heavily, and then we have to close them for several days before they ripen back up again.
Just to let nature catch up.
Yeah, it's definitely been cooler. It's a slower start to the season, which is really good for the fruit. It's just a little bit hard to keep up.
So, don't take that as just because it's going a bit slower, you shouldn't still call. Give them a call and they'll give you that information. But now, Joelle, let's go to a different place with raspberries and take some looks at those, shall we?
Sounds good.
Okay, Joelle, now we are in raspberry areas, and the same 3 systems apply to those. Tell me about that.
So basically, if you look at this group here, you can see our first flush.
Right.
And then the main crop is going to be all of these, and then you can see some really small ones. That would be what we call the final flush or the third flush. And so usually you're picking from the tip, and then it works its way down. It also works its way down the plant as well. So later in the season, you're going to be looking up underneath, you're going to be looking down
it'll be
low.
Lower down. Okay.
Exactly.
That makes perfect sense. And I just wanted to say too that one of the things I really like about you have to pick these quickly when they're ripe because you don't do some spraying that extends their life at all.
Exactly. Yep. We're definitely no spray, and so there isn't anything on that helps prolong their life or protect them from fungus and disease. So we like them to be picked quickly and then used quickly as well.
And then you also have some new varieties that you're putting on because you always change things up.
We do. So this is our Cascade Dawn. We have another new one called Cascade Harvest, and then we have a new fall variety called Caroline.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now on July 4th though, you are actually having your berry festival thing again from 11 to 3?
11 to 3 this year. We have a couple of different live bands that will be playing. We have some wine tasting, we have some cider tasting this year. And obviously we'll be having our barbecue and our fresh berry desserts that are always the favorite.
Yeah, they are indeed. So, always we send you to gardentime.tv for more information, but I can also tell you when Judy and I have been to these wonderful events, they have always been a great, big, fun time. So thank you so much, Joelle, and come celebrate berries at Smith Berry Barn.
Thank you.